Why hello again, it's another 5 lick special. This one is interesting in the way that we're using repetitive licks over a kind of rock and roll bluesy backing track, which is in a major key, but we're using minor pentatonic-ish because it obviously adds that tension, so it fits. It shouldn't, but it does. Yeah, if you do like the lesson, please do give it that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and obviously comment below, share with all your friends on your socials, because it does help push the channel along, and I'm very much grateful for that if you do. If you want the jamming track, it's on my Patreon page, linked in that description, and that's on the Jam Zone tier system. And also you can find the tab for this lesson free, which is on my website, dansguitar.com. Recommended to get the jamming track, but you can try these over any key you want to, so you can obviously apply it and transpose it as much as you need and play them over any track. As long as it's got that vibe to it, it will sound good. But enough waffling, let's get on with the breakdown for each lick individually, and you'll find that chapter section below as well, where you can jump to each one or go back to it or whatever you want to do. Anyway, licks and breakdowns coming up right now. I shall see you at the end. 5 licks to get through. The first one, we start with the 10th fret on that 3rd string. We're all in the key of C for this, so C major, but we're using a minor pentatonic over the top just to add that tension. So 10th fret, 3rd string, full tone bend. Then it's down pick on the 8 on the 2nd string, up pick on the 8 on the 1st string, rolling your left hand finger across to that 1st string. Then it's the down pick on the 11, pulling off to the 8 on the 2nd string. So you can either use 3rd finger or little finger for the pull off. It's entirely up to you, and obviously pick it in a way which you find comfortable. But for me, down, down, up will be the way I will pick that anyway. So I'll play that slow, and it goes like this. As simple as that. Now if you can't play it at speed at 140 BPM, you can always take it down to a comfortable tempo to start, and then gradually build on your speed from there. So, you know, take it maybe half speed and see how that works. If that doesn't work, take it a bit slower, or if half speed is actually too slow, take it to a tempo which is comfortable for you, so you're not making any mistakes, or thereabouts anyway. And then gradually speed it up 10 BPM each time, and take that premise with all of these licks and you will be fine. There we go. Let's move on to lick number 2. Okay. So this one is not really for the faint-hearted, I don't think. It's quite an easy pattern in theory, just using groups of 4. But it's the speed of it, once again. That'll be the same for all of these licks. 16th notes at 140 BPM is pretty tricky. So take it slow, that's all I'm going to say. So you've got the 11 pulling off to the 8th fret on your 2nd string. And then you're going to pick the 10 and the 8 on the 3rd string, sorry. So my picking for this, I'll be going down, pull off, down, up. And that'll be the same throughout this, trying to find obviously a common pattern throughout. So 11, 8, 10, 8, 3rd string, then the 2nd pattern, 2nd group of 4. You've got 8 on your 2nd string, and then it's going to be 10, 8, pull off on the 3rd string, and then to the 10 on your 4th string. That's your 2nd group of 4, or a 2nd beat as well. And then the next one, 3rd beat, is going to be 10, 8, pull off 3rd string, picking the 10 and the 8 on the 4th string. Going to the 4th beat, which is 8 on its own on the 3rd string, 10, 8, pull off on the 4th string, and then a 10 on its own on the A string, just to end that bar. The next bar, we're going to the D string, 10, 8, pull off, and then 10 and 8 picked on the A string, Second beat of the second bar is 8 on the D string, 10, 8 pull off on the A string. Bringing the little finger in if you can, if not use your third finger for the 11 on the E string. And then the final beat, well 2 beats actually, we've got 10, 8 pull off on your A string, 11 on, this is picked as well, 11 on the E string, 10 on the E string, and finishing with the 8 on that same string as well. So I'm going to play the lick for you slow, and it goes like this: 3 and 4 and... Always muck up the slower ones, but you get the idea. There you go. Let's move on to lick number 3. This one you start with the 11th fret on your second string, full tone bend. 2 strikes of the 8 on your first string. This is where you might trip up because it's got the double strike of that. So you're going to basically play that twice, the 8th fret twice. And that's going to be a down pick on the bend, and then a down up on the 8. Down pick for the 11 pulling off to the 8 on the second string. And then a down pick on the the 10 on the third string. And then up pick on the 8 of your second string, and then you repeat that lick. So I'll do that slowly. So here we go. Watch the picking. 3 and 4 and... So that's down, down, up, down, down, up. So the picking takes the same sort of thing as the pattern. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, all the way through. There we go. That was lick number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Right, this one again, it's just the speed of it which is going to potentially throw you out, but you've got your pattern of 15, 13 on the first string pull off, 16, 13 on the second string pull off, and then 15 on its own on the third string, and then 13, 16 hammer on the second string. So like that, right? So the picking side of it, you're going down, 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 up, and then up again on that last one. Okay, so it's basically down, sorry, do that again, down, 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 up, up. And it kind of, obviously if you, I'll say kind of, if you do your own picking pattern, something that works for you, you might try economy picking, you might be good with that. I am not. You might try hybrid picking, which is something I would normally use, but for this purpose of this lick, I started to use just the picking side of it with the plectrum. So, but you know, down to you, down to what the personal preference will be. So that was lick number 4, and I will go on to the last one, the final one, which is lick 5. Here it is. Okay, so lick 5 goes, starts on the down pick. So you got, okay, so down pick with a percussive strike, and then the up pick is 2 8 frets, which is on the first and second string. So then there's a further 2 percussive strikes for the first 2 16th notes of beat 2. So that's going to be a down up, and then you've got a down up again, but this time with the 8th frets on that first and second string. So like that. Alright, then you are going on to beat 4, or the end of beat 4, where we've got a 10th fret semitone bend on the 2nd string, which you're going to use your 3rd finger for, and then the little finger is on the 11 of the 1st string, so that's going to be a like that, so twice if you can. So you go 1, 3, 4, and that's basically the first beat of the 2nd bar as well. Going into the 2nd beat, you're using the ands, which is the up picks again, so for the 10th fret semitone bend, like that. Let it ring, come back down, hitting the 10 and the 11 as they are, no bends, leaving the 11 where it is, going to the 8 and the 11, and then 10th fret on its own on the 3rd string. So just like that. It's a bit of a gritty lick, but you'll get it quite nicely. So I'll play it slowly for you now. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hand you back to me. There we go. At the end, once more, it's another decent lesson for you with loads to learn. I know, right? So if you did like it, please give it the old thumbs up and put that subscribe button, click, and the bell as well, because all those notifications in the future, you will, or you might, I don't know, you might want to know when I post live, I'm not sure. Anyway, there we go. If you want the tab, it's on my website. If you want the jamming track, it's on Patreon. Everything is linked below. Jam Zone tier system, don't cost a lot, and there's a hell of a lot of tracks on there for you to go through. You could just download them all in one go and then unsubscribe. That would be a bit mean, but you could. Anyway, there we go. I'll leave that with you, and hopefully you have a wonderful weekend, and I shall speak to you all soon. Nearly Christmas.